welcome back to Presley Mania. I made it. I made it. Here it is, Wednesday, and I am able to do another video. Thank you all for your prayers for my husband. Just a really quick update, and then I'm going to get into the show. The biopsy surgery went well. He is home. He's feeling great. I'm having to caution him today. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Because he's supposed to kind of take it easy. But anyhow, he's doing good right now. We are I'm turning my phone off because I do not want to get interrupted during this video. He's doing well. We are just now in the wait and see mode. We've got to get the results back from the biopsy. And then once we have those, then we will make a plan and proceed. And so thank you, everyone, for your prayers, for your notes of encouragement, all of those things. Sandy Murdoch, thank you for starting the prayer chain on Facebook. I don't think I have been able to answer every single one yet, but I've tried to respond to as many as I can. We didn't get home yesterday until yesterday evening, so by the time I went and picked up prescriptions and all that stuff, I got back just in time for us to sit down and watch the Oprah Riley specials. But I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. So that being said, let's talk. I don't even know, y'all, where to begin. So this is a complete Rhonda's opinion show. This is my personal feelings. So let's start with Oprah first. I truly feel like that was a good interview. There have been, I know there's some grumblings and mumblings going on in the Elvis world about the fact that Oprah asked her about Priscilla being buried at Graceland. Well, I am going to side with Riley here. And a lot of you are probably going to disagree with me. But it's my opinion, and everybody has one. I get that. And we can all share them, and we can all talk about them and grow and learn from the opinions. But this is why these are my thoughts on what she said. First of all, I think she was being politically correct. Riley is from what I'm observing, these are my observations, she is very calculating. She is very careful. She does not turn her cards over until she is ready to show her hand. That being said, I think she handled it well. She says she didn't say she would be buried at Graceland. She said, well, she can be buried wherever she wants to be. Okay. Think about it this way. This is how I see it. If the last thing you wanted was for Nona, however you say her name, Nona, I think, to be buried at Graceland, would you show your cards now to make Priscilla push even harder to try to go ahead and get approvals from whatever needs to be done with the city? Would you do that? Or would you just sit back quietly and wait? That's kind of how I see Riley. And why do I make this analogy or this thought? Why is this my thought process? Well, let's take the book for example. I think this is the whole premise on what I built my opinion. Okay? People kept saying, "Oh, I hope she doesn't change her mother's words. Oh, I hope the truth comes out." But a lot of people felt like that Riley would be, "Oh, let's switching it around to protect her grandmother, to protect all of these, people, and that Riley was in cahoots with her grandma and all of these things." Well, I don't see that. Riley did not change her mother's words. Riley, from what I can tell, and I am in chapter 6 right now, I'm listening to the Audible, and all I have heard is Lisa's truth. It is Lisa, 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 Lisa. And Riley does chime in on her memories, filling in some of the blanks. But I find the back and forth, I find the different voices of hearing Riley give her recollections of Julia Roberts reading the actual book part of Lisa. And then you get these occasional snippets of Lisa's actual voice, and you can hear in that voice how she felt. The book is raw. It's been emotional for me. And like I said, I'm just to chapter 6. I find myself wanting to cry because of the life that Lisa led. I find myself laughing at some parts. And I'm going to be honest and say that I've heard reviews where they've said that they didn't feel like anybody was vilified in the book. I disagree. So far, what I have heard has not been one positive thing really about Priscilla. And I do not want to give out details of this book to y'all because many of you have listened to the Audible or already read it, but many of you have not. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and then maybe we can do, I don't know, it might be fun to do a live, maybe, and we could all just chat back and forth about what we think of this book and share opinions and that kind of thing. I mean, that's just an idea that I'm kind of throwing back and forth in my head to see if that's something we might want to do, but that would definitely be after I feel like everyone's had a chance to listen or read the book. I've also thought it might be fun to get a panel and we sit and get different people, different viewpoints, and us all give our opinions on the book and talk about what we feel about Priscilla and how Lisa portrayed her, not just Priscilla, but everything in the book, how Lisa's life was and that kind of thing. This book is most definitely a deep inside look at who Lisa Marie Presley really was. She was so many things. My gosh, my heart goes out to this girl. The things she had to endure and go through, the pain in her life that formed her and made her into the person that she became is gut-wrenching for me. it literally pained me to hear some of the things that she went through. And I try to put myself in her place and just try to be her for a minute, you know? I mean, Lisa always had people looking at her as the princess. She always was in the spotlight, but yet she never wanted any of that. She didn't. Now, when she started recording, that was kind of a different deal, but she was very standoffish, introverted, didn't really want to put herself out there that much. And I get it. Based on the life that she had led, I don't think I would have wanted to either. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't feel like she ever had a strong family background. I guess maybe that's what I want to say. When she lost her dad, that was just a downward spiral. And like I said, we'll get more into it after every one of you have had a chance to read the book, but it has made me see Lisa in a completely different way. A lot of the things that I suspected have been proven true. A lot of my wondering and why does she react this way to these things has been answered. Riley let her mother speak. So y'all remember that going forward. Riley didn't turn her back on her mama. Not one time did she, no. And I know, like I said, some of you are upset about this Oprah interview. But maybe this is my opinion, and maybe just a little bit of, you can take it as advice or not. You don't have to listen to my opinion. But maybe put yourself in her shoes. What would you do if you were her? Would you show your cards? Would you be flipping them over yet? Or would you just sit back and wait? Because that's what she did with the book. She sat there and she waited. And she waited. And she is letting it speak for itself. She did say on the Oprah interview that she wants to carry out her mother's wishes for Graceland. Which brings me to a part in the book that I cannot wait to talk to y'all about, because I was some of you have read it, probably already know, but there's one part where Lisa talks and is telling the story about going to a meeting at Elvis Presley Enterprises, and what transpired in that meeting. It just shows what kind of person her mother was. And if Riley, I'm going to go back to Riley now. If Riley was the kind of daughter that didn't want her mother's feelings out there, do you think she would have allowed Lisa's negativity about her mother come through in that book? Do you think she would have, if she was trying to cover up and make things look all peaceful with her and her grandmother, do you think that she would have continued to let this information be out there? No. Y'all, some of it's damaging. I mean, it is really damaging, in my opinion. And not only for Priscilla, there are others. And if you have not read it yet, I suggest, if you are an Elvis fan, It gives you a Lisa fan, an Elvis fan, a Presley fan. Get this book. Get it. Read it. Um, Listen. Really, really listen. Read it with your eyes wide open. Open up your mind. Think about things from Lisa's point of view. Think about things from Riley's point of view. I think you might come away with a completely different perspective on this whole thing. Like I said, my fears of wondering what was going to happen with this book, what was going to be told, what was Riley going to do. I always have said, I'm going to be in Riley's court until she proves me wrong. I'm still in Riley's court. And I'm going to stay in Riley's court until she proves me wrong, because I don't think she's going to. Riley is a smart girl. Just maybe take a step back and watch. And let's just see what she does and where she goes with all of this. Because this ride, I don't feel like is over. No, I think we just got in the car, the engine's just been started, and we haven't even stopped for a bathroom break yet. It's going to be very interesting from here on out, y'all. I just have a feeling Riley's going to do what is right by Elvis and by her mama. And I'm thankful. I'm so thankful, because, and I get emotional when I start talking about it. And if you have started into this book, you will know why. Lisa's legacy, Elvis's legacy, is so important. It needs to be carried forward for generations yet to come. And I think this girl has got it figured out. And I think she knows where she's going to go. And she's doing it because she loved her mama. And if you watched that interview and you saw her tears, you saw her emotions, you read her body language, it was obvious. I don't feel like she was trying to hide anything. I think, except with the position she took with Priscilla, she can be buried wherever she wants to be. But I think that was being politically correct. I really do. And I know I'm beating a dead horse. I'm saying it over and over and over, but that's my opinion, and you guys can disagree with me if you want to. It's not going to hurt my feelings, not one little bit. But we're all grown-ups here, and we can have conversations. So I'm putting this video out there to let you know what I think, how I feel about it. Looks like things are going to work out for me. Thank you. I'm so excited. I will be in Memphis. I leave Friday morning, and I will be in Memphis, and I will be going to Riley's book tour on Saturday. Am I excited? Yes, just a little bit. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. I'm even more excited now after having listened to part of the book and watching the Oprah show. I've got butterflies. Seriously, I do. I feel like this is going to be a big, huge event. I cannot wait to hear what she's got to say. And you bet I will be back and letting you guys know exactly how I felt about this book tour. I get back home on Sunday, so I will try to do a video the first part of the week. Monday may be a little crazy for me because I do have to work and get stuff going, but I will try and maybe take a break and put out a video so you guys can see it. So that's all I have. I've kind of just gone on and on and on. This has been strictly my opinions, my review, where I'm at to this point with all of it. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And please tune back in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will. Hit the bell. Be sure and hit that like button. The more likes I get, the easier it is for people who have never watched my channel to find me. So thank you all so much for your loyal support. Thank you so much for all your love, for your prayers. You guys mean a lot to me, even though many of us have not ever even met. Just our conversations online are precious, and there's one thing we can agree on is that we do love Elvis and we love Lisa, and let's keep their legacy burning bright for generations to come. So, as I always end every one of my shows, remember, you only get one shot at this life, so live each day to the fullest, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Until next time, I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.